Rad, Elaney, who are we watching? Just about ready, y'all. This music needs to be louder. Elaney, I'm still waiting to hear who we're cheering for. And 3, 2, 1. If I could find... Oh, there it is. What's up, everybody? Excuse the post-workout look. Ugh. Excuse me. What's going on? How you doing, Elaney? I'm Know Nothing Attorney. I know nothing, so you can too. Because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And that's what I'm always here to do with you guys when we're live. I hope to learn from you, and I hope you can learn with me. I know we got some major stories going on. Nothing, like, mortally dangerous, so it's not, like, hanging on by our fingernails. But there are a couple things, like the anti-weaponization fund. What else have we got? The Kennedy Center, things like that. You know, little wins. But I do want to start with something a little closer to home before we get into that stuff. I can hide this one for now. We don't need that. I know everything. Yeah, the Israeli-U.S. military combining, that is a little bit outside my expertise. So, Maddie, maybe you can tell me more about that. Hey, did you see the funny thing that happened in Germany today? I didn't see the funny thing that happened in Germany today. What's the funny thing that happened in Germany? But let's look at this story for the moment. And I'm happy to announce that this is the week that I finally start recording footage and drafting script for the Deltarune stuff so it can be finished. I have solved it or nearly solved it, such that by the time that I'm done with it, it will be done, it'll be solved. I can ruin Deltarune for everybody before they finish playing it, and then we can all move on with our lives. Funny thing happening in Germany while the U.S. and Israel are trying to Power Rangers combine into Mecha Hitler? What is even going on? Okay, I think I'm following now. What is this? I have a new message from Hotel Zoomhirschen. I don't think I do. Sorry, there are no Jews allowed. Israelis denied booking at German hotel. This is your idea of funny, Elaney? What the fuck? What the fuck? Sorry, there are no Jews allowed in our hotel. Good God. No, it's not ads even. I thought it was ads. I thought I was getting an ad, but this is an image from, I guess, somebody visiting the hotel website. The hotel allows dogs, but they don't allow Jews. Holy shit. Are we back in the 1930s? Asks Israeli Consul General, sharing message sent by Hotel Zoomhirschen in Lahm, Bavaria. Booking site removes hotel from listings after complaint filed. No. What? Oh, it's almost like being a piece of shit comes back to stab you, you know? Okay, Germany, we are allowing to start recognizing certain shifts and trends being allowed, but no fucking way. I mean, at least they see this and say, fuck you, hotel, no more. That's how it's supposed to work. Netanyahu conflating Jews and Israel is dangerous. True, yes. But that's kind of the idea. And Netanyahu knows it, right? Netanyahu's like, well, we have a certain amount of goodwill in the world. Goodwill and, I mean, what do you call that? Fear of condemnation will? They banned the watermelon. The whole watermelon. You do not get to cross the Third Reich rail. Composite image showing the anti-Semitic message reportedly sent to Israeli tourists by Hotel Zum Hirschen in Lahm, Germany, posted by Israel's Consul General Talia Lador on June 2nd, 2026, overlaid on the Booking.com website. This is fun because my girlfriend and I were just having a conversation last night about anti-German sentiment in the early 20th century. And I was trying to explain to her, I'm like, yes, but also no. Like, it depends on where you are, because my heritage is German Texan, and that is a whole different thing. They didn't have problems, not nearly to the same degree. Like, you would still have problems with German language schools and speaking Texas German, but there were just so many people here that there was not the same kind of sentiment, like anti-German sentiment, as there may have been on like the East Coast or the West Coast. Maddie's on a 35 stream streak. Holy shit. Oh my god, Maddie. Maddie, how racist can you be? Government of Germany is super pro-Israel. The people are not. I mean, damn, that's a hard one. I mean, it shouldn't be, but when you're the country that's kind of responsible for Israel existing, how do you condemn them? How do you take the global stage and be like, no, fuck these guys in particular? Everybody's gonna look at you and be like, excuse me? Why are you saying that, Germany? Watermelon is tasty and amazing. It should not get the amount of cultural baggage it gets. That's why we love it. That's why people look ridiculous for condemning the watermelon, because we all love the watermelon. Israeli tourists were recently denied accommodation at a hotel in southern Germany after receiving a message through an online booking site stating, there are no Jews allowed in our hotel. I like, interesting that they capitalize it here, but that is not what it did on the website. The guests were refused by the Hotel Zum Hirschen, which said a review of them. The news site confirmed the authenticity of the message. The report did not specify when the message was sent. The tourists filed a complaint with the Bavarian Justice Ministry's Commissioner for Combating Anti-Semitism. Good. Guests also filed complaints with Booking.com, which has temporarily removed the property from its platform. Okay, so that's not even a German website, okay? So we have to have, like, the sane people in the German government kind of go, hello, please? I mean, that's no different than here, I guess. We still have people who condemn all of the crazy shit we're going through, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. The weird thing is that I didn't even hear about that until I was in college. The watermelon thing? Oh, like the not as recent watermelon thing? Yeah, I don't think I did either. Are we back in the 1930s? Okay, Talia Lador. Sind wir wieder in den 1930er Jahren? Ein Hotel hat einem Israeli folgendes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of that right. It is my heritage, though. It should come naturally to me. Germany continues to face persistently high levels of anti-Semitism, with 2,197 anti-Jewish incidents recorded in Berlin alone in 2025, according to a report published Wednesday by the German government's anti-Semitism watchdog. The figure was down about 13% the previous year, but remained more than double pre-October 7th, 2023 levels. I wonder what happened on October 7th, 2023. Oh boy. Israel, you're really fucking things up for everybody. You're really bringing the anti-Semitism back. Why are you doing that? Geantwortet? Antwortet? What? What is that? I mean, I guess you could get me to say anything if you posted in there and I'd try to say it. Oh, okay. You're getting me in trouble. I see. The threat of Jewish life, threat to Jewish life is worse than at any time since the Holocaust. Yeah. This week's incident also comes amid a wave of recent hostility towards Israeli and Jewish tourists abroad, marking the third incident in as many weeks of hotels or spas refusing entry to Jewish or Israeli guests. What has happened recently? Like, what has prompted the recent spike? Maddie, I know you wouldn't get me in trouble. Unless you're playing like a serious long game with a 35 stream streak. On Friday, 2 Jewish American women said they were denied entry to a Barcelona sauna because they were wearing Star of David necklaces. Sauna's owners later apologized. Oh, it sucks when being a piece of shit comes back to haunt you. Yeah. That's what you're after, I know it. Weeks earlier, 2 Israeli tourists were verbally harassed by an employee at a hotel in California, with video showing the employee asking the couple if they were baby killers and whether they had served in the Israeli military. It's not really a choice for them, is it? I know it's not. I know that. God damn. Shit, man. Shit sucks. It's just like that video that you sent in the Discord earlier, Maddie. It's just like, when I imagine where we would be in 2026, back in 1996, this isn't at all where I thought we would be. Unless there are very big reasons? Huh? I don't know them. Maybe I would know them if I actually listened to the clip instead of just reading the subtitles. Where are we at? What? What? Oh, the article? Yeah.
90s. We were despised, but you read the stuff online now, it sounds just the same.
Do I think it's coming back?
Yeah.
It's back, you idiot. Right now, it's here. It's a storm, it's a tide, it's a great big tsunami, and we're in the middle of it right now. Do I think it's coming back? You know, if you'd asked me in 1996, what do you think 2026 will be like? I'd have said glory days. We'll have equality, we'll have love and kisses, we'll be holding hands, skipping down the streets. Well, they tricked us, didn't they?
It's just fucking cyclical shit.
Let us all come out. So now we're standing in the open.
Like, it's really kind of sad and pathetic. I mean, it's I hate to undermine it.
Past couple of years.
Wait.
I'm a lot more careful.
Wow. Oh my god, that's Alan Cumming? Oh my god.
Home turf.
The facial hair.
I used to walk into a room.
And wow, I'm not used to... I haven't seen Eddie Izzard in decades.
Now I tiptoe. Just in case.
Alan, the facial hair. I'm used to seeing Alan on Traders, and there's no facial hair there.
Well, that's
I can't believe
90s.
Alan said, "Do you think it's coming back?"
We would despise, but you read the stuff online now.
I recognize his
Do I
voice
think
now.
it's
I can
coming
hear
back?
it.
Yeah.
It's back. If
Who, Eddie?
Right now, it's here. It's a storm. It's a tide. It's a great big tsunami.
That's not
We're in the
fucking
middle of it
news.
Right now, do I think it's coming back? You know, if you'd asked me in 19...
Like, I hate to make assumptions, but it's not really news that Eddie Izzard was trans. No. Come on. Like, maybe it wasn't confirmed, but it's not news. Yeah, the whole time. Yeah. What? You're being sarcastic right now. Okay. All right. Thank God. I was about to be very confused. Don't play me like that. I'm neurodivergent. I can't tell when somebody's being sarcastic. All right, here's the close to home story for me. Texas Rangers and federal agents in South Texas arrested a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer on Friday who was accused of lying about what led up to him shooting a Venezuelan immigrant in Minneapolis earlier this year. Minnesota prosecutors last week charged Christian Castro, 52, with 5 counts, including second-degree assault and filing a false police report in connection with the wounding of a man during an immigration operation in that state. Fuck yes. How did this happen? How did this happen in my state? How did this happen in Texas? Will he be sentenced for this? Will he be convicted? I don't know. But he got arrested by the Texas Rangers. What the fuck? Cake or death has been a staple in my household for long a time. Cake or death? I was gonna say, like, when you said I love those two, I was like, I don't know them, but maybe I should know them. Is that Eddie Izzard? I don't. It's just been way too long. AFK. The Texas Department of Public Safety said in a statement that Rangers assisted in the arrest of Castro in Cameron County on the Texas-Mexico border. According to public records, Castro lives in McAllen, in neighboring Hidalgo County. Today's arrest is a critical step forward in our prosecution of Mr. Castro's Mary Moriarty. Damn, that's a name. Oh shit, did Watson's wife marry Moriarty? Oh fuck. The felony charges against Castro stem from a January 14th incident in which ICE and Border Patrol agents pursued undocumented immigrants as part of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Castro is facing 3 to 7 years in prison and fines of $4,200 to $14,000 if convicted of the charges, the charging document shows. Not enough. Not enough. It said he shot an a Venezuelan immigrant. It doesn't say he killed him. I hope not. On that night, a Venezuelan man named Alfredo Alhorna led Castro and 3 other ICE agents on a vehicle chase that ended at his home, according to the charging document filed in a Minnesota court. Alhorna later told state investigators that the reason he fled was because the agents were in an unmarked vehicle and he didn't know who was chasing him. Still, he managed to enter his house where he and 3 other adults and 3 children lived. Castro then fired at the front door. Holy shit. We live in a straight-up time of evil. Jesus Christ. Castro fired at the front door, striking Alhorna's roommate, Julio C. Sosa Celis. I remember reading that name. Okay. In the leg, according to court documents. After the shooting, Castro told federal investigators that Alhorna and Sosa Celis attacked him with a shovel and broom to avoid being arrested, according to the court document. Based on Castro's statements, federal prosecutors charged Alhorna and Sosa Celis, both of whom are in the country legally, with assaulting a law enforcement officer. But prosecutors dropped those charges after they reviewed footage of the incident that contradicted Castro's testimony, according to the court documents. Oh, what a surprise. ACAB. A surveillance camera operated by local police captured the incident, showing that Alhorna and Sosa Solis didn't attack Castro or any other agents, court documents say. In February, ICE placed Castro on leave, and ICE's interim director, Todd Lyons, said at the time that Castro was under investigation for appearing to have lied under oath, which is also a federal crime. I wonder how many times that's happened with ICE. I wonder. Are any of us to be surprised by this? But after state prosecutors charged Castro, ICE said in a statement that Minnesota's prosecution is unlawful and nothing more than a political stunt. Well, that's something. Oh, shoot. A big storm outside. Sorry, give me just a minute, y'all. What's going on? Okay. Let's give this a little more breathing room. Let's see if the New York Times has anything more interesting to say. 4 counts of second-degree assault and a charge of filing a false police report. Well, here's a warning in case we lose power over here. Federal officials characterized the charges as a political stunt, but said that the U.S. Attorney's Office is investigating the perjury claims. Wow. What a joke of an administration we have. Attorney General Keith Ellison said, "I am pleased to hear Christian Castro has been taken into custody and will stand trial for the crimes he allegedly committed in Minnesota." God damn. Hold on, I'll be right back. Good God, that's a massive storm. All right. Let's go check the news, other than this particular story. One I wanted to start with. Let's check out politics. Marco Rubio snaps when told Trump Iran deal is just Obama's but worse. What does he say? Is there a video? Tell me there's a video.
The Strait of Hormuz was open before this unjustified war. We're now scrambling to try to find a way to get it back opened again. Not only is it causing economic havoc to our country and to residents all around this nation, families trying to make ends meet, but you see on top of that, the Iranians finding ways to leverage that, as we allowed them to do with the Chinese for tens of billions of dollars. And so my point is, before we even get to a nuclear negotiation, this regime is getting money to rebuild, purchase more drones, cause more havoc. And this is before we're even trying to get back to.
But I apologize. I don't understand how they're getting this. What revenue are you referring to?
Well, there's two sources of revenue we're seeing. One is the revenue from the Chinese, that's factually documented. And number two, the revenue that you're proposing that they should receive by releasing all of their highly enriched uranium, as well as in making a commitment about their enrichment capacities.
Yeah.
Hold on. And that was the exact deal that you guys vilified, that the president and you vilified President Obama from having.
Yeah. No,
So
I
here
don't
we
think
have
those are
a
not the
worse situation where
Those are not the same
our
place.
adversary and our enemy, who's causing havoc in the region, who is funding proxies and terrorists, has discovered, thanks to you all, the power of shutting down the Strait of Hormuz.
No, they didn't
which
discover.
is
They
all-
knew that a long time ago, and they've done it before.
Clearly, we all knew that a long time ago. That's why this
And they intended to do this at
ill-conceived
some point
war
in the
should have
future
never
as well.
happened.
Yeah, but
We have made our adversary in a stronger negotiating position. We are the strongest nation on the planet Earth, and we're in a stalemate with Iran. And now we're begging to get back into a deal that you all
We're not
trashed
begging.
in the first place.
there's no one begging. I don't
Clearly,
know.
this is a
Senator
shame.
Booker, your time's up.
But can
Senator
I just-
Rubio, since he's
I do
fallen
want to
over, you
address
can
some of these points
respond.
because they go to the heart of the matter. No one's begging for anything here. The Iranians might be begging because their economy's losing hundreds of millions of dollars a day. That they are losing. Understand, Iran had street protests going on before all of this started. All of those factors, economic factors in Iran, are far worse today than they were 6 months ago when those protests were happening. They have hyperinflation. Their currency's completely devalued. They're struggling to make payroll for their government workers. Iran is in a very serious situation. And if it was up to the political class there, and I understand everybody there is sort of radical in some way, but if it was up to the people that actually like go to elections and wear the suits and you see on TV, they'd probably make a deal tomorrow. It's the issue they're facing is that the supreme leader and the IRGC Corps are a little bit more immune from those pressures until they can be convinced otherwise. And I think that's the direction that they're moving in, because the reality, I don't know where you're getting this perception that Iran is stronger. Iran has no navy left. They've lost a substantial percentage of their defense industrial base. That Iran has lost a
But
substantial
Iran is
percentage
not
of the missile
begging. In
launchers,
fact, it
and their
acts
economy
to-
is
it
far
acts
worse
peace
today,
talks
and I
as
mean
of
far
Monday.
worse today than it was 6 to 9 months ago. And they are
God damn.
Senator Booker, your time's up.
But get back into a deal that you all
We're not
trashed
begging.
in the first place.
there's no one begging.
God damn. Trump has failed as commander in chief. That's not a great headline. Yeah, no shit. Trump is a failure as a president on every front, except in like how to be an example of how to make out like a bandit. Yeah, apparently he knows how to do that. MAGA freaks out after Trump ally registers as foreign agent. It looks like Michael Flynn isn't all that America first. Wasn't he? Convicted of failing to... What's up, Maddie? Looking at Michael Flynn, traitor to the United States. MAGA isn't happy with Michael Flynn after discovering he's a registered foreign agent. Wow, if only people paid any kind of attention at all. Any kind of attention. Jesus Christ. This is not news. Far-right blogger Scott McMahon posted a Foreign Agents Registration Act form Monday that was dated October 2025 and stated that Donald Trump's former national security advisor was now making $100,000 per month from the Republic of Srpska. The Confederate entity of Bosnia and Herzegovina is run by Milorad Dodik, a key ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin. $100,000 a month? Right-wing troll Philip Buchanan, known as Cat Turd, wrote on X in response. That's a sentence. That's a fucking sentence. Oh, Little Donnie Fund is still here. And to make matters worse, we are in a global water bankruptcy. I predict in 10 years we are going to be forced to have a certain amount of water. I guess we should have always seen that coming when it came to, like, rationing water. Like, if they can tell you you can't water your lawn on this day, like, how far out are we from... Riparian rights were always a bad idea. It's just like the socialists say, no one should be able to own water, land, or anything else people need to survive. It's fucking the Lorax, and we're bottling air. Sebastian Gorka, the pugnacious far-right influencer angling to be the next head of the National Counterterrorism Center, what the fuck, pointed out that Flynn may very well have broken the law. A reminder, when I joined the first Trump administration, I was asked to sign 2 documents. In one, I promised to not work as a lobbyist for a decade. In the second, I promised to never work for another government, Gorka wrote in a post on X. I was happy to sign both. I presumed General Flynn also signed similar documents. So wait, is Gorka being... What? Gorka is upset with General Flynn? What the fuck? Okay, he's saving face. I'm amazed he's saving face, though, because this isn't news. Want to try a politics topic? I mean, sure. Austin sounds like a commie. Oh, damn. Social Darwinism. I guess? See the death? No, I've not seen the death of Stalin. You want to change my topic, Maddie? Flynn previously alleged he was wrongfully prosecuted for making false statements to federal agents as part of the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election, even though he pleaded guilty to lying twice. If MAGA... Wait. Was wrongfully prosecuted for making false statements to federal agents as part of the... Yep. I was like, I swear I remember him getting in trouble for not registering as a foreign agent. What a surprise that... he is now registering as a foreign agent. Whoa. If MAGA is upset that Flynn is working on behalf of a Russian ally, just wait until they realize all the ways Trump has stuck his neck out for Putin, and he's doing it for free. Hi. Yeah, that was your take on my governor of Colorado. What was your take on my governor of Colorado commuting Tina Peters? Like, I can only imagine he's getting money or a favor. Yeah, that was... I don't know what that is about. That's super weird. Like, he has to be getting some kind of favor because there's no rational reason to do it at all. From any perspective. Interesting. What do you mean what happened, Little Donnie Fund? Yeah, Michael Flynn. He registered as a foreign agent. Apparently some MAGA people are upset about it. Bad enough he's worth $400 million in politics. God damn it. Why do people keep voting for millionaires? You should, or billionaires. Why don't y'all hate these people? You should instinctually not trust them. And like, it's amazing because I imagine they would tell you the same thing in conversation. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I don't trust people like that. Like, you know, they got their money. Like, they didn't do it by being nice. They wouldn't trust them personally, I'm sure." Damn, what a storm. From 2019. Ah, Maddie, that takes me back. Ah, the good old days of 2019 when things weren't oh, wait, no. Things were insane. Well, fuck. I'm tired. I'm tired of things being insane. They want to be like them. They have been fed propaganda. I mean, the PSYOP is working very well. Like, when did that ever work for them? When has that ever worked? When has wanting more money done any good for them? Like, I know the point is that they don't think rationally, but goddamn, y'all. If you would just not vote for those people, your finances would be more likely to be better. After 3 hours of deliberations, a federal jury convicted a California man today on charges of conspiring to act as an agent of a foreign government, conspiring to make false statements and willful omissions in a FARA filing, and acting as an agent of a foreign government. John C. Demers, Assistant Attorney General for National Security, G. Zachary Terwilliger, U.S. Attorney of the Eastern District of Virginia, and John P. Selleck made the announcement after U.S. District Judge Anthony Trenga accepted the verdict. Today's verdict should stand as a deterrent to any malign foreign influence that undermines the integrity of our political processes. Yeah, that went well, guys. That didn't stand for anything. Through misrepresentations in his FARA filing, Mr. Rafikian, I remember that name. That's attempted to deceive the public and influence key leaders on behalf of Turkey. The Department of Justice treats these crimes with the gravity that they deserve. Where does Flynn come into this? The conspiracy included using the Flynn Intel Group, a company founded by Rafikian and Michael T. Flynn, which provided services based upon Flynn's national security expertise. According to the documents, the purpose of the conspiracy was to use FIG to delegitimize the Turkish citizen in the eyes of the American public and United States politicians with the goal of obtaining his extradition, which was meeting resistance at the U.S. Department of Justice. God damn. Everyone in their group knows they're in late-stage Trump. In what group? Who? Oh, William. Long time no see. Are you finally debating MAGA knuckleheads today? So far, no. We're trying to switch it up, see where we get more engagement. But I'm like 2 months out from raking in some pretty good engagement. I'm going to have to produce some videos here, but I think they're going to be pretty attractive videos, if that's something I can say. Donald Trump should not have the right to free speech. The president doesn't. The president doesn't have a right to free speech. No, we can fix it. We've had bad presidents before. Not like this. He's crippled the administrative state long term. Trump signals they're trying to rat fuck each other to save themselves. Yeah, and it's all a matter of like Everybody's having to play the game like, oh, am I smart to stay where I'm at, or would I be smart to realize that I need to go after people right now? And they're having to play that game very carefully, and it's making everybody paranoid. How many videos are you working on, or just the debunking video? So, Little Donnie Fund, I'm working on completely unrelated videos to try to help generate some traffic, or at least visibility of the the primary long-term goal of this project is just to make more people aware that a convention is a solution. So, I have, as the nerd I am, been working on Deltarune theory shit. I have basically solved Deltarune. So that's going to be a matter of making like a series of 10 theory videos. And each of those is probably going to get, at least from traffic I've seen on Deltarune videos, even for new creators, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views. I know we need to go back to updating the Constitution. I know. Right now I'm having to like prioritize and space things out. As soon as I am able to put these videos together, then it's going to be making a short, shareable summary video for a constitutional convention. And then it's going to be back to like hitting the documents hard, the Constitution and the conservatism debunking video. More PragerU's fun. I do love PragerU, or like reviewing PragerU with the audience. It's fun. You need a pitch clip explaining what is possible. Yes, I know. That is probably going to be the first on point video. Probably I would share it in every Deltarune video that I release. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's worth a shot to try to make these, because that would be just a lot of visibility. And just in all of those videos, it's going to be like, hey, here's a hook. I'm Know Nothing Attorney. This is not what I normally do. This is normally what my channel is. If you like anything in this video today, please stick around at the end to get a little bit of the pitch. And then at the end of the video, it's going to be like, shit's bad. It could get worse. We need to know what is possible. This is what is possible. Here's what people, to the degree that we could completely write the entire Constitution, save one minor detail, and people will tell you this is the thing that's in the way. Here's how we easily dismiss that, and here's all the stuff that you could get out of it. Just like boom, boom, boom. If you want more details, go to this video. I don't think it's reparable. I don't think we can fix it. I don't think we want to fix it. If you start rewriting huge chunks of the Constitution, then you need to look at the Constitution and see where it has acted as a barrier to actually improving the lives for American citizens, and just redo that. If you're going to approach like such a huge project, just fucking redo it and do it better. I think we do a lot of overlooking what is just long-term fucking wrong with the Constitution. Acting AG Todd Blanche says Trump absolutely would have gone to prison if he lost the 2024 election. What a fucking clickbait title. That doesn't mean what they're saying it means with the headline. He is accusing Democrats of playing with the DOJ, I'm sure. Gay right-winger humiliated as he can't name a single thing in America Trump has improved. Oh God, is this fucking... Dave Rubin. Surrounded. Jubilee. I was trying to remember their name. Oh boy, Dave Rubin was on Surrounded and got his ass handed to him. Have y'all seen this? Was the ass handing that bad? I'm not following. I thought you were about making a new constitution or amending the current one. To this grifter? To me or to Dave Rubin? I'm about making a new constitution. But failing that, you make a new constitution by amending this one. That's the only way to make a new constitution in a legal sense in America. And the Constitution provides the tools in it to do that. It provides the rules for saying, you can just fucking rewrite this whole thing. You do have to preserve equal representation of the states in the Senate unless other states agree to let you hamper their representation in the Senate. But other than that, you can rewrite everything. You just need to meet these requirements for doing that. Dave Rubin for the grifter comment. Sorry, slow mode stopped me. No worries. We're in slow mode? Why are we in slow mode, Maddie? One main metric that Donald Trump has made better off since he got in office. An example would be GDP, unemployment, inflation, etc. Sedgwick prompted. Oh, that's in the question. Rubin simply cited the president's One Big Beautiful Bill, which he claimed was kicking in now. When pressed to address any of the economic indicators Sedgwick had mentioned, Rubin stumbled over his words and eventually just asked whether Sedgwick was arguing that the economy was better under President Joe Biden. Sedgwick said he was, citing GDP and median wage growth and the rates of inflation and unemployment during the last year of the Biden administration, as well as lower stock market growth rates under Trump, backed up by Jubilee's fact-checking. Get fucking owned, Rubin. In fact, throughout the debate, Jubilee's fact-checking consistently undercut and outright refuted many of Rubin's claims, including those about billionaires fleeing New York City under Mayor Zoran Mamdani, Israel's continued bombing and military operations in Gaza, Iran's nuclear program before and after Trump exited the Joint Plan of Action, and its current oil exports. Later in the show, Rubin pointed to the president's immigration policies as a key success, telling another debater, podcaster Naima Trout, that if Donald Trump did nothing else other than close the borders, he has already done more than enough for the country. While discussing his claim that wokeism did more damage to America than Trump ever did, debaters Kyla Turner and Mason of One Hand Politics both brought up Rubin's sexuality in relation to his conservative politics. Mason noted that the coalition that Rubin is a part of condemns people for having children when they're in gay marriages, or says things like people that are of particular sexual orientations don't deserve the same equal rights. Rubin explained that he's fine with differing opinions on same-sex marriage and LGBTQ+. Fuck you, Rubin. That's a piece of shit thing to say. People raising children with the MAGA coalition. As long as you're not trying to litigate someone's life. Oh, are you fucking serious? Sorry, I didn't know I was carrying my laptop? What? Okay, I'll just turn off. There. Mason pointed to Rubin's pal Michael Knowles' participation in a video earlier this year announcing the launch of Greater Than. Oh, we've covered Greater Than on this channel. Yikes. Backed by a coalition of 47 anti-LGBTQ plus organizations to overturn the Supreme Court's 2015 decision in Obergefell. Rubin claimed he was unfamiliar with the campaign. Fuck you, you are. Fuck you, Rubin. And noted that Knowles has had dinner at his house. So? What? Maybe you should know a little bit more about the people who are having dinner at your house, asshole. He then conceded that if Knowles was trying to lead some organization that was going to go against my civil rights, well, that is where obviously we would have our difference of opinion. But I also respect people's religious beliefs, he continued. That isn't a defense of their political positions. Jesus Christ. They're allowed to have their religious beliefs. Their religious beliefs are not allowed to legislate my life. Then stop being friends with the ones that are doing that. What the fuck? Rubin argued that it was completely absurd to claim that Knowles' position is that of the MAGA coalition. Ha 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 ha. When Turner later brought up hateful anti-LGBTQ comments posted when Rubin announced on social media that he and his husband David Janet were expecting children via surrogacy, Rubin was forced to admit that most of those comments came from people on the right. God, I need to watch this episode of Surrounded. I would not normally say that, but man, it sounds like he fucking got his ass handed to him real bad. Real bad. Dave Rubin is so stupid he married another man named Dave so he wouldn't forget his name. For the show's final segment, Rubin chose to debate California State Senate candidate Maybe Pudlow, who also performs drag under the name Maybe a Girl. Rubin agreed with Pudlow's overall assertion that trans rights are human rights, and he said he believes that trans people should be treated equally under the law 100%. However, he argued that the issue for most people on the rights is about the kids, repeating false anti-trans claims that children as young as 5 years old are being chemically castrated, and that young people are identifying as trans due to social contagion. Pudlow proceeded to decimate Rubin's premise, explaining that prepubescent children may transition socially, but do not receive any transition-related medical care. She added that the whole point of prescribing puberty blockers to adolescents under the care of parents and doctors is to give them time to make decisions about other medical interventions. Puberty blockers have been around for over 30 years. They've been prescribed to kids who are experiencing precocious puberty, and yet this has never been an issue for the right. It is only an issue for the right when somebody decides, oh, I'm trans. Anyone who watches him needs serious mental health treatment? Yeah. Also, little kids will just say the most random shit and say there's something, then something else a week later. What, that conservative people will say that? Sometimes it's a phase, sometimes it's not, but at least they'll let them figure it out, yeah.
Your friend Michael Knowles at CPAC said that we need to eradicate transgenderism in society. That is a direct threat to me, my neighbors, my friends, and family. There's nothing wrong with being trans, and if somebody decides to detransition, that's okay, but they can't tell everybody else that they're not allowed to transition.
Again, I think we're sort of splitting hairs on this, that we're agreeing to disagree on, perhaps we're agreeing to disagree on the underage portion of it. But again, as an
how many
adult,
times have you seen people on the right make fun of trans people because, especially trans women, because they look like a man? But well, you know,
oh, nope.
You know what prevents them by allowing them to go through puberty blockers and to make their own autonomous healthcare decisions.
Yeah, but okay, so have we whittled this down to some people make jokes about people? They do. They make jokes about people.
They're not just joking. They're trying to legislate against our very existence.
But again, if you...
your friend Michael Knowles at CPAC said that we need to eradicate transgenderism in society. That is a direct threat to me, my neighbors, my friends, and family.
Okay, I promise you this. If Michael Knowles or anyone else starts pushing for legislation that will jail you or stop you from getting a job or any of the other freedoms that we all enjoy, I promise you I will be on your side of that. So
well, I can't wait to be on your show soon.
Fair. All right, then there we go.
Jesus. Let's never forget Hungarian-funded CPAC. They already are? They already are. Thank you, Dave. God damn. He didn't understand what the comment was. The comment was, they already are, so it's time for me to go on your show and fucking explain shit. And he was like, oh, well, in the future, yeah, maybe we'll collaborate when we are in a different, political atmosphere. No, Dave. Maybe he was saying that's now. As to Rubin's ludicrous argument that no one is passing laws designed to limit the rights and freedoms of transgender adults, Pudlow pointed to the wave of anti-trans legislation that has swept through the U.S. in recent years. The reality is laws are not protecting trans people. If they were, trans people would not be disproportionately unemployed, unhoused, and experience discrimination in healthcare settings. Why did Dave Rubin even choose to do this? Hassan Piker wrote on X. He would have lost the debate to an empty chair. Truly the dumbest the right has to offer. I've watched a lot of Jubilees, and I have never seen anyone get their ass handed to them this badly. Former MSNBC host Mehdi Hassan wrote on X. Podcaster Brian Shapiro